Hey everybody, my name is Jessica. This is my first Flosstube or cross-stitching video. I've been a fan of Flosstube. I've been watching it now for about a year. I've been starting to get involved in like Instagram and Facebook for cross-stitching, so I decided to finally make one of these videos myself. Bear with me if it's awkward. I'm a pretty awkward person, so a little bit about myself. I'm from Southern California. I'm a nurse. I've been cross-stitching now consistently for about a year, and then on and off for the past few years. I actually don't have any finishes, and the reason is I don't know how or where I learned this, but I have been cross-stitching incorrectly for like my entire however long I've been cross-stitching, and I just found this out at the end of last year. So basically, when you thread a needle, like say the project calls for 1/1 or 2/1 or whatever, so I would take 2 threads and then thread it through, but I would fold it like in half. So then when I would pull the needle through, it would lock, basically, like you couldn't unthread or rethread the needle, and then you actually had double the strands. So when I was doing my projects, I would be stitching like 4/1 instead of 2/1, or 2/1 instead of 1/1, and I was having so many issues. I'm like, why is it so hard to get the needle through? I was stabbing the needle through my projects. I had started 4 Heaven and Earth designs, and all of them, they were just way too bulky. I was just like, what am I doing wrong? So, for example, this is a Heaven and Earth design that I started that was supposed to be 1/1 on 25 count, and I had been double threading it, flossing it, so it ended up being 2/1 on 25 count, or 28 count, I don't remember, but just way too bulky. Oops. So, like, yeah, the coverage is great, but I could not get my needle through. Like, it would physically hurt. So I had a lot of projects I had to toss out or restart. I think for all of my Heaven and Earth designs, I'm just going to restart them eventually because I'm not going to frog this. So, yeah. So that's why I don't have any finishes, but hopefully now that I think I watched Carolyn Mazzio's video about parking, and I was like, how come I can't take the needle off my floss so easily? Like, why do I have to cut it? And it finally just clicked that I have been stitching incorrectly this entire time, but it's figured out now. So I'll just talk about my whips and my plans for this year. I don't have like a set rotation. I don't think I'm a rotation kind of girl, but that could change. So my first whip, I had never heard of Mill Hill kits until I was watching Vanessa's video, aka Skelly Moon X, and she had done like this pear ornament, and I thought it was so cute, so pretty, and I wanted to do some of my own. So I picked up this Mill Hill Winter Holiday Collection. It's called Cat in the Box. It's supposed to look like that. And I just started it this week. So this is all I have so far. I hope to finish it soon. I don't think it should take too long. I'm really excited to start the beading. And Carolina S. mentioned in one of her videos that she's very much into sets, and I am kind of the same way. So this ornament comes from a set, like the Winter Holiday Collection set, and I don't know if you can see this, but there's like 5 other ones, and I want them all. And that's how I am with everything. I want the whole set. So I think my reward will be like, if I finish this, I can buy another one in the set and continue. So yeah. So my next whip, I started this last year. It's Lizzie Kate's jingles, and I'm stitching it all of the jingles on one big piece. This is on a 28 count Lugana, and I actually stopped after the second block because I got really into crocheting last fall. So my cross stitching went on hold, but I'm back into cross stitching. So the fabric, I don't know if you can see it, but it's like an opalescent, glittery light blue. And this is what I have done so far. And it's my first time kind of like adjusting the projects, the camera, so forgive me for all the unsteadiness. So I hope to finish this one this year. My next WIP is by Satsuma Street. It's called Pretty Little Paris. Random story, my fiance and I went to Paris last year. I actually got engaged in Paris last year, so it holds a special significance for me. So this is I'm sure you've seen this, but this is what it's supposed to look like. And I really love the bright colors. This is what I have so far. So just part of Notre Dame and then the Eiffel Tower. And I'm really enjoying stitching on this one. My next WIP, this is one of the first ones I started last year when I got back into cross stitching, and it's a sampler. I was really into samplers at first. Now I still like them, but certain ones. So this is by Moira Blackburn, and it's called Need of Love. So this is how it's supposed to look. And it says, "It is not the perfect, but the imperfect who have need of love." And I really like that. I really like how it looks, and I really like the quote, but I'm not like really motivated to stitch on it. I think out of all my projects, this is the one that I would whine about the most. Like, I think there's Wine and Whip Stitch Along that, if that comes along this year, I'm going to use it for this project. I had gotten more progress done, but this is one of the ones that I had been incorrectly stitching on, so I had to restart it. So this is what and I got way too big of fabric for this, but this is what I had when it was stitched incorrectly. Oh my gosh, sorry. And then I restart it using the correct amount of floss, and this is where I'm at now. Oh. So not very far. I will pick this back up. I'm not rushing to do it. It will happen. Yeah. So this is another one of the Heaven and Earth designs that I started that I was stitching with too many flosses or too many threads. This is, oh gosh, I think it's called Gemma Cat by Leslie. Oh, I forgot. I'll link it. But I'm going to toss this. I'm going to have to restart it if I restart it. So this piece, this is the one that I've been really powering through and working on right now, and I hope to finish this one relatively soon. It's from Pin Stitch. Pin Stitch is a cross-stitching company based in Thailand. They have a lot of really cute charts. They have like Thai dancers, things that pertain to the Thai culture, and like lots of other pretty charts that aren't necessarily Thai. I am half Thai, and I grew up Thai dancing and immersed in the Thai culture, so these charts really have a lot of significance to me, and they're really pretty too. So I am stitching this one. It is, I think it's called Carving Fruit, and it's by Pin Stitch. And so I'm doing this for my mom. My mom is really hard to shop for. for any occasion. So I figure if I do something handmade, she'll probably like it a little more. So this is where I'm at. So the colors are really bright and vibrant in person. It's kind of picking up on the screen, but yeah. Anyway, so this one has been really fun for me to stitch, and hopefully I'll get this one done pretty soon. This is kind of my main project I'm focusing on, and I'm really enjoying it. And so another whip is my first memorabilia. It's called Deepest Love, and I don't have much progress on it, but this is what it's supposed to look like. Oh, sorry. It's my dog, one of my dogs. Lucky. So I have ordered several more memorabilia charts, but I told myself I wouldn't start a new one until I finished this one. This one she's not that big. It's a relatively small piece of fabric. See? And this is what I have so far. So not that much, but I hope to pick her up soon. I think after I'm done with the Thai lady, I'm gonna focus on this one next. And that's it for my whips. So I'm just gonna go through some, I guess, haul. Not really haul, kind of haul, just some recent purchases to kind of build up my collection. I don't really have a big stash, but I'm starting to buy more, and it's kind of becoming a problem. So I really need to get some finishes in so I can justify these purchases. So this kind of ties into my plans for this year. So I got 4 new memorabilia. This one is Crystal Symphony. And I don't have any immediate plans to kit her or stitch her up. The next one I did buy fabric for, but it's not here yet. This is Moonflowers. And I think she is so gorgeous. So I can't wait to get started on her. But I did actually buy fabric and kit up these next 2 pieces, but none of the stuff is here yet. So this is the Woodland Fairy. So I'm just waiting on her stuff to come in. But the one I want to start first is Gypsy Queen. I just love the colors, and I really think that the fabric that can go with this is so fun. I picked a brighter fabric that had some, I think, orange hues. So like I said, I'm just waiting for the stuff to come in, and she'll be my next start. Okay. So my fiance and I were recently in Las Vegas, and anytime I go somewhere new or travel somewhere, I always like to look and see if there's a cross-stitch store around. And there's one in Vegas called Stitcher's Paradise that's pretty close to the Strip. You do need a car to get there, but it wasn't too bad of a drive, maybe like 15 minutes. And they had I really like their selection, so I always like to support local needlework stores. I don't think that there's one like in my city. I know there's one like an hour away, but I always like to go to different ones. So I saw this on Carolyn Mazzio's Instagram, and I thought it was super cute, and they had 2 of these charts from Country Cottage Needleworks. It's winter and autumn. I didn't get spring and summer because they didn't have it, but I do plan to order them. So this one is autumn. And winter. So I realized there's a glare. So I'll start taking them out of the package. The next one is Merry Christmas, My Dear. And I just want to stitch this one by itself. Merry Christmas, my dear. And I got fabric. It's going to be stitched on 32 count Lugana crystal barnwood. So this is kind of what it looks like. It's an opalescent, can kind of see, yeah, the glitter. And I'm going to stitch on this one. So hopefully that will be a start and a finish this year. I also got another one of those no-hill kits. This is also part of a series. It's part of the Jim Shore series. This package isn't open yet, so I'm not going to take it out. But it's just a little snowman. And I want to collect all of them as well. And I also signed up there's a Facebook group and on Instagram hosted by, I think her name's Jeanette, and her Instagram name is Every Little Stitching Thing. And there's going to be a Frosty Forest stitch along from Country Cottage Needleworks, and that starts in March. So I'm going to stitch them all on one big piece of fabric. I'm not going to go through all of these pictures with you, but there's 9 charts, and they're all super cute with cottages and little forest animals and snowmen. So I'm just waiting on my fabric, and actually I do have to order some of the specialty threads and beads, or buttons, I mean. I'm excited for that. And then I ordered some charts from Shiny Sun Cross Stitch. I had never heard of them before until they posted on one of the Facebook groups some of the finishes, and I thought it was gorgeous. So they're full coverage, probably similar to Heaven and Earth Design. So I don't know when I'll get started, but hopefully I plan to start one this year. The first one is Scarlet McCall, and this one was actually one of the ones I saw the completed project, and it was gorgeous. So that probably will be the one I start first. Then I bought, it's called Autumn Trails, and I just love the colors. This is so pretty. Like, this is something that I would buy as a painting and hang in my home or a photograph, but to be able to cross stitch that, I think is pretty neat. This is another like scenic one that I think is gorgeous. It's called Willow Pond. Oh my gosh. So once again, I think it's super pretty. Well, of course I did, or else I wouldn't buy it. This one, I have 2 dogs. I have a Pomeranian and a Shiba Inu. I have been having trouble finding a cute Shiba Inu pattern, but I did find this Pomeranian pattern that looks just similar to him. So that one, I'll be excited to start. And the last one is called On the Right Path, and it looks similar to one of the popular hiking trails where I live. It looks like I don't know if you've ever been to San Diego, but it looks very close to Torrey Pines, which I hike there a lot. So I don't know if it probably isn't, but it looks very similar, so that's why I got it. I bought a few cross-stitch magazines, and then I just marked some of the ones that I wanted to do. So, from the World of Cross Stitching, they have this 2-part calendar, I guess, with or 2-part series, Leslie Tears. And I only got the second part, because I didn't buy the first magazine, but I think these are super cute. It would look super cute in like the kitchen or something. So I would like to do those. And then my fiance has a daughter. She's 6. And I think this mermaid would be a really cute stitch for her. And it's cute. She asks me about like my cross stitching when I'm doing it, so I think she would appreciate it. I marked a couple patterns in here, but they're not ones I plan to do in the immediate future. Maybe like when I have children on my own, because they're really cutesy. I can't even see it. There's just like dogs and kittens, and it says cute never goes out of style, or cute is always in season. So I do like these magazines, but yeah. The next one is Cross Stitch Crazy. This is January, I think. So I really liked these like motivational things, and I do plan to pick these up and start these this year. This one says good things are going to happen. Do what you love, and life is an adventure. I just really love like the bright colors and the positivity. My fiance and I are always like really into going on adventures and traveling, and it's kind of our thing. So I think that one's really applicable to us. And I think, and then once again, I just marked some like cutesy ones that I don't plan to stitch in the immediate future. And this is Cross Stitch Collection, and there was a couple in here that I just loved. Well, this one's really pretty. It's a unicorn, and it's by Jane Netley Mayhew. I think she's the same artist of the like safari and jungle stitches that Jessie Marie and Carolyn Mazzio are doing or have done. And actually, Jessie Marie really enabled me. I bought the safari book because I just love how her elephants are coming out. I love elephants too when they just look so realistic. I had to have it. And so this is a baby sampler, but it's with animals, and it's like alphabet. Sorry. I don't have kids, but I'm sure, I plan to in a few years, and my friends and stuff are at that age where people are starting to have kids all around me, so I'm sure that if I stitch this, it will be put to good use. And the last one in this magazine, it's a motif calendar by Jenny Barton, and I would totally hang this up in my apartment. It just has all the months stitched into one piece, and each month has a different theme. So super cute. Another whip that I actually don't know. Oh, it's over there, but it's just the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery Whip Pumpkin Passport that everyone's doing. I did finish January, and then most of the quote, life is an adventure. I haven't started the February block yet, just because I'm a little like, everyone's doing it, which is great. I love seeing everyone's progress, but then it makes me less motivated to work on it because I see it all the time. So I wouldn't say I'm sick of it, but I'm just gonna wait a little bit. I will stitch this month's block this month. I just probably later in the month. But it's a really cute piece, and like I said, my fiance and I like to travel, and last year we went to Europe, so we did go to London and Paris, and I think next month is going to be the Netherlands, possibly, which we also went to, so I think it's really just perfect, and I love the travel, so I think it's great. I'm just need a little break from it. Anyways, that's it for now. Thank you for watching my first video. I look forward to getting to know people more in the community and keeping up to date with everyone else's videos. So I will see you next time.